my Wizards Dev from SBMTG, place down there. We got decks, plural, for you today. Coming out with two different decks today. This one is going to be budget modern Infect. It'll cost you just anywhere between about $10 and $15 off TCG Player, anywhere between, you know, the low and the medium prices. Great price to play in modern. And this one actually has some really good legs on it. A lot of people know a little bit about budget modern Infect. I think it's probably the best and cheapest budget deck in the format. So let's take a look at it. If you want to see the other deck that I'm doing today, it's a standard deck. This is budget mono white aggro. You can either click this or wait to the end of the video. I'm going to put it right back up there so you can click it again. And yeah, it'll just cost you anywhere between like $3.50 and $6. The cheapest possible deck you could ever think of that actually can win you a few games. So, but on to the modern deck for now. We're going to start by going ahead and saying for Glistener Elf. You know, I've already called this before. The building block of any Infect deck in modern, absolutely true. It's going to cost you a pretty penny compared to some of the other stuff in the deck, right? A whole like 50 or 60 cents. Oh my goodness. We're also playing 12 other creatures in the deck, a total of 16. We're playing 4 copies of Blight Mamba, 4 copies of Necropede, and then 4 copies of Ichor-Claw Mirror. Ichor-Claw Mirror is probably the best of all of these, I would say. If he does get blocked, he can do some damage. That's pretty awesome. But aside from that, also Necropede, very similar creature to that, but nowhere near as good. It just doesn't have that other ability. And then Blight Mamba, the regeneration is actually pretty dang important sometimes, either saving it from spot removal or saving it from combat situations that you didn't really plan for. You know, things happen. So the regeneration can be surprisingly good on the card, but those are all of our creatures, a whole 16 of them. 25 spells in the deck. Anybody that knows anything about Infect is going to know that these are all going to be pump spells. So let me go ahead and hit you with these. We're playing 4 copies of Giant Growth, the classic pump spell. You know, if you give you just 1 mana, you're able to put 3 more poison or infect counters on them, poison counters on them. That's pretty freaking sweet. 4 Vines of Vastwood in the deck. The hexproof, more or less, is pretty much exactly what we need because they're going to try to destroy our dudes in combat. With instants and stuff like that. It's going to happen, so that's awesome. And when you kick it, make it a whole 2 mana, your creature gets to put 4 more poison counters on them. That's pretty awesome too right there. And a lot of these pump spells function as defense too. That's worth pointing out. Really good when they're swinging in to hit them with the Vines of Vastwood on one of your guys. You know, your dudes get huge when they were tiny before. So good defense, but mostly we're just trying to slam in for as much damage as possible because we're basically cutting their life total in half with Infect. 4 copies of Mutagenic Growth in the deck, just free +2/+2 pump spell. Let's definitely play that. I don't see why not. 4 copies of Predator's Swipe in the deck. Yet another just cheap, effective pump spell that doesn't cost as much, you know. And finally, 4 Apostle's Blessing. That came out of nowhere, right? Apostle's Blessing will cost you some life, whatever. It's not going to cost you more than just 1 mana ever, so that's awesome. And it just allows your creatures to either swing through for a bunch of damage against, you know, certain decks, or protect your guys from spot removal and other creatures and stuff like that. Apostle's Blessing is definitely necessary. Not every single deck, though, that's an Infect deck plays this card. I don't see why not, though. The card is amazing. Aside from that, we're playing 19 lands in the deck, and for a deck this budget, let's just play 19 forests. Why not? Just 19 forests, we don't have to go too far overboard. In the interest of time, there's no sideboard for either deck I'm doing today, but that's okay. Honestly, the sideboards pretty much write themselves. Just throw in some stuff that'll destroy artifacts and enchantments in this green deck, you know. Here are your power rankings for this deck. A final score of 58. That is darn good for a budget deck that's only going to cost you anywhere between about $10 and $15 on TCG Player, depending on what prices you go by. 58 is fine, you know. We definitely excel in the categories we want to excel in, and we don't care about the other ones. You know, very, very fast, very offensively minded. We just want to basically, you know, hurt them with Infect. That's all. Just pump our tiny dudes to where we can kill them, basically hit them for 10 damage and kill. If you're new to Modern or new to Magic and you haven't seen this deck yet, give it a try. It's not going to cost you hardly any money, and if they do a Modern night once a month or twice a month at your local game store, this can be a really good deck to take up there. The entry cost is very, very low on this one. If you want to kind of, you know, dip your toes in Modern, this is a good way to sort of get acclimated to the format. You're going to see a lot of different decks, and you're going to have to play this one. You're going to have to pilot it very well against some decks, you know. Alright, that's all I got for now. Check out the standard $3.50 deck that I got up same day today. Merry Christmas to all of you. I try to do what I can. And happy holidays to anybody celebrating other holidays. That's important to me. But in any case, I'll see you guys next time, right? If you enjoyed the content, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things that YouTube would like you to do and that I would like you to do, to be honest with you. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, my wizards.